Representations of disabilities in TV shows and movies have made significant strides in recent years, yet many portrayals still fall short of authenticity and sensitivity. While some productions have taken steps to feature more diverse and realistic portrayals of people with disabilities, others continue to rely on outdated stereotypes or fail to include people with disabilities in the creative process altogether. This lack of genuine representation often leads to narratives that are either overly simplistic, tokenistic, or filled with harmful tropes that reinforce negative perceptions about people with disabilities.
Helen?
As the demand for more inclusive storytelling grows, the need for more accurate and nuanced portrayals of disability on screen remains an ongoing challenge. You know what writer and animation company is up for the challenge, though? Hirohiko Araki and David Productions! JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is a long-running anime and manga series created by Hirohiko Araki. The story spans multiple generations of the Joestar family, each member often referred to as JoJo, possessing unique abilities and facing extraordinary challenges. The series is divided into several arcs, each following a different Joestar descendant as they battle powerful enemies, navigate strange worlds, and uncover dark secrets tied to their bloodline. At its core, the show is known for its blend of action, supernatural elements, and outlandish scenarios, often pushing the limits of imagination. The primary power system revolves around stands, manifestations of a person's fighting spirit, which grant them supernatural abilities that can range from controlling elements, bending time, and oh my god, manipulating the multiplexing laws of any given universe. These stands create intense and creative battles where strategy and wit are just as important as raw strength. The show functions with a unique tone that mixes humor, horror, drama, all while embracing bizarre and often absurd visuals. Araki's distinctive art style, filled with dramatic poses and exaggerated character designs, contributes to the show's surreal atmosphere. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure stands out for its unconventional storytelling, iconic characters, and its ability to continuously reinvent itself with each new arc. A stand is tied to the spirit and willpower of its user, meaning it is not limited by physical appearance, background, or personal circumstances. Whether human or non-human, young or old, abled or disabled, anyone with the right inner strength can manifest a stand. This inclusivity allows for a broad spectrum of characters to emerge, each with unique motivations and abilities that reflect their individual journeys. The series emphasizes that true power comes from within, suggesting that anyone, regardless of their differences, has the potential to rise up and shape their destiny, making the concept of a stand more like a metaphor for inner potential that transcends external limitations. So, today, I'm going to dive into 3 of the many characters in this franchise that possess different disabilities. And keep in mind, this video contains a lot of spoilers for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Without further ado, let's get into it. Let's talk about Endul. Endul is a pivotal character in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 3, The Stardust Crusaders, and a powerful, unique antagonist who marks the beginning of the Egypt arc and defies conventional portrayals of blindness in modern media. Despite being blind, Endul's lack of sight is not treated as a handicap. Instead, it's presented as a strength, amplifying his abilities and making him a more formidable opponent. His stand, Geb, allows him to manipulate water and create powerful currents, a skill that compensates for his inability to see. Endul's heightened senses, especially his hearing, are depicted as being so finely tuned that he can detect the slightest movements of his enemies. You know how Superman can hear a pin drop from like a mile away? It's kinda like that, turning his blindness into an asset rather than a vulnerability. And this flipping of the typical narrative surrounding blindness serves to deepen Endul's character, as his strengths are defined not by the lack of his physical sight, but by his adaptability and the way he uses his other senses to perceive the world. I mean, when the protagonist Jotaro starts gliding across the desert to find him, It's not like he goes, "Oh, he's flying now, I can't sense the vibrations, good game, guys." No. Instead, Endul uses his stand Geb to propel grains of sand into the air, having them ricochet off Jotaro's glider to find his location through the vibrations. His blindness becomes symbolic of his keen intuition and ability to focus on what truly matters in battle. By rejecting the typical view of blindness as something to overcome or pity, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure elevates Endul, making him an example of how perceived limitations can be reimagined as unconventional strengths, adding layers of depth to his role in the story. Yeah, then he gets punched, like, really hard. Okuyasu Nijimura is the deuteragonist in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4, Diamond is Unbreakable, and is often portrayed and referenced as a character with a low IQ. He is impulsive, easily distracted, and tends to act without thinking. Despite these traits, Okuyasu is one of the most genuine and kind-hearted characters in the series. Although it's stated by him that he's not too smart, it doesn't detract from his innate goodness, and he is often shown to have a strong sense of loyalty and morality. He quickly forms a bond with Josuke Higashikata, his ally, after getting beaten up by him, and works alongside him to protect the people in their hometown Morio. Okuyasu's straightforward nature and lack of a pretense make him a relatable and endearing character, proving that intelligence isn't the only measure of a person's worth. Though Okuyasu may not be the sharpest tool in the shed, he exhibits a strong handle of emotional intelligence and an instinctive sense of right and wrong, which help guide his actions. In many ways, his impulsiveness allows him to make decisions without overthinking, and this often results in him taking bold actions that propel the narrative forward. For example, his unwavering determination to help his friends, particularly when he aids Josuke during his fight with the main villain, Yoshikage Kira, pulling the incoming bomb away from Josuke before it was too late. Moments like these showcase his selflessness and desire to do good, and despite his moments of recklessness, Okuyasu consistently proves that he is capable of being an invaluable ally, demonstrating that actions often speak louder than words. Okuyasu's overarching presence in the story helps the overall theme of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure as a whole, which often revolves around the importance of camaraderie, personal growth, and the strength of one's character. His low IQ doesn't prevent him from being a hero or have him be a detriment to his team, and by offering unwavering support to his friends, by approaching challenges with his heart rather than his mind, Okuyasu shows that true strength comes not from intellect alone, but from one's ability to care for others and stand by them through thick and thin. His unique contributions to the narrative demonstrate that kindness, loyalty, and heart are all qualities that are just as important as intellect in shaping the course of events. Now, I know what you may be saying. Why not cover Johnny Joestar for this segment? He also has paraplegia. That's kind of like the whole point of the 7th part, and how he learns to live and overcome his stigma about his aforementioned disability. But the answer is simple. He just has less background footage. Jean-Pierre Polnareff's evolution in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 5, Golden Wind, stands as a testament to his enduring spirit and tactical brilliance. Although during this part he navigates life from a wheelchair, a stark contrast to his days as the swift and agile Frenchman with his stand, Silver Chariot. Polnareff's rich experience and keen mind have only deepened his strategic acumen. His past battles and personal trials have granted him with an ability to read complex situations and predict enemy moves, proving that true strength lies not solely in physical prowess, but in a sharpened intellect honed by years of combat. This shift from frontline fighter to master tactician underscores the series' broader message. Limitations can often catalyze the emergence of unexpected strengths. Despite the physical constraints imposed by his wheelchair, Polnareff's mental acuity remains undiminished. His extensive combat experience allows him to analyze the battlefield with remarkable clarity, offering precise insights into enemy strategies and weaknesses. By drawing on his personal history and lessons learned from countless confrontations, he transforms his perceived vulnerability into an asset, mentoring his newfound allies and shaping the tactical approaches of his new team. In doing so, he demonstrates that wisdom and strategic thinking are invaluable tools that transcend any physical limitations, inspiring those around him to rely on intellect and experience as much as raw strength. I mean, hell, even when the main antagonist of the part confronts him, Polnareff is able to outwit his enemy's unbeatable ability and land a scratch on him, even getting recognition from his foe, stating, "I see your stand ability hasn't lost any of its power." Polnareff's contributions to the narrative of Golden Wind extend far beyond his own personal struggles. He serves as a guiding light for his companions and a symbol of resilience in the face of adversity. His ability to devise clever, witty solutions from the vantage point of a wheelchair not only aids in overcoming formidable challenges, but also reinforces once again the series' reoccurring theme of transformation through hardship. Ultimately, Jean-Pierre Polnareff exemplifies how a deep understanding of battle, combined with unwavering determination, can drive success, even when conventional abilities are compromised, reminding fans that courage and intelligence are as critical to victory as physical capability. So, really, what I'm trying to convey here is that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure stands out for its respectful and nuanced portrayal of characters with disabilities, setting an inspiring precedent for television storytelling. The series artfully integrates characters who navigate physical and cognitive challenges without defining them solely by their limitations, instead showcasing their unique strengths, resilience, and strategic brilliance. This thoughtful approach not only strengthens the narrative, but also challenges traditional stereotypes, illustrating that true heroism comes from the depth of character, rather than physical prowess alone. And by celebrating diversity and highlighting the multifaceted nature of human experience, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure paves the way for future TV shows and manga series to embrace more inclusive, authentic, and empowering representations of all individuals.